Hi there, Hakuna Matata Talk family. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a minute. But first of all, I'm so excited. Why? I'm home. And when I say I'm home, I mean I'm in Uganda, so it cannot get more exciting. Like, I'm so happy, I'm excited. You know the feeling at home. So I'm happy that we are doing this from home in my own environment, at my own comfort. Not because I don't love Belgium, but I mean, it gives another feeling. I mean, we all know that. And another excitement that I have today, we are going to talk about something that I find interesting. One, as a mother. Two, as a lady or a woman. And third one, as Cynthia. So for me, this is something exciting. But before we go on, you know, I always say this in Luganda, that so literally meaning chatting alone, it's never fun. It's always nice when you have someone. So today I have a very, very good friend of mine. By the way, her face is familiar. She's been here before. And this is none other than my friend Lee. So Lee, do us the pleasure to introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you so much, Cynthia. That introduction. I still need to introduce myself.
Yes.
Hi, the Hakuna Matata show family, as she calls you. I love being part of your conversations.
Thank you.
And I hear you when you say being home is absolutely different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm home too.
Yeah.
Home is Ireland, home is Uganda, but this is home.
Yeah.
Then when they say you're out, and then you're out, I'm home.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. First of all, you know, guys, when we come here, we don't have time. It's always run. But Lee, thank you so much for making time. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. So let's get into it. Like I already excited you that I have an interesting something to talk about. So, you know, like when you're out there in Europe, there are certain things that we get used to and that become normal. But then when you come back here, like you say, okay, it's just starting. So, I mean, what am I talking about? I'm talking about as a mother, when we have children or as we grow, when we reach a certain age, some of us, our bodies change, and as a mother, of course, when you're pregnant and then you breastfeed, like we never look the same. So what am I saying? As a mother or as a lady or as whoever you are, you can always enhance that beauty, like to come back, but in so many different ways. So one way is doing beauty surgery.
Yeah.
So when doing in Europe, it's normal, it's common, it's normal to do surgery. But here in Uganda or in Africa, we are still following, I think.
Not so much as you think.
Not so much.
Not from my research.
No, but I've seen people here who have done like the tummy tuck, the BBL. You know, BBL is the, what is that? The Brazilian butt, something. Yeah, okay.
BBL bottoms.
Something like that. But I mean, I'm excited because...
It's a butt lift.
Yeah, first of all, I'm excited because we get to do that if we can. Why not? Me, I'm all for that. I'm all for the beauty. I'm all for enhancement. I'm all for, why not if I can? If you can, why not? Especially after having babies. Even if you don't have babies, I mean, if you can afford, go for it. So we are going to be sharing our thoughts about beauty surgery. What do we think about it? Would we do that? What about our partner? What about our children? Like, you know, you can come back and you're looking different and the child asks, where is mommy? So, you know, so
really?
Yes, you haven't seen both?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, voila.
Even different hairstyles. They will.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I am so happy that in Africa we are welcoming that, because I've had people who have done all kinds of beauty surgeries and stuff. But I want us to talk about it. What do we feel about it? What are our views? Like, for example, how do you feel about it?
About surgery?
Yeah.
It's a very interesting topic because as much as you said, with exposure, you know, in Europe, or if you've had the Western experiences, your mind is a bit more broader.
Yeah.
But I've had the pleasures of discussing this, you know, with family members who are, you know, home in Uganda here, and their point of views are kind of, you know, you almost like do it but tell nobody.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's like they don't mind you doing it.
Yeah, but don't say it.
Don't say it. You know,
it's embarrassing.
It's always been that. I don't know. That's kind of what I would love. You know, probably your audience will give us some comments about the reason why it's do it but don't tell anybody. You know.
Okay. As a person, I'm all for beauty surgeries. Like I'm not against it, but if you can do it, just go ahead and do it. Like if you can, it's costly. If you can afford it, go do it. But then talking about it with my family, I don't think I would.
Okay.
Because it's my body. This is me. This is me, and I don't think I would need their opinion about it. I would probably share after I've done it. If that is, if they see something that has changed.
Right.
But I don't think I would.
That you would share with them.
Though I would share it with my partner.
Okay.
So, let's say you have a partner.
Yeah.
One. First of all, would you share it with him before?
Oh, definitely.
And he says no.
I wouldn't share with you that I'm seeking permission.
Okay, that's clear. Okay.
I would share with you as in I'm informing you.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's my body.
I know.
Although as a partner, it depends on what type of partner you have. Is it a boyfriend? Is it a lifetime partner? Is it a husband? Because then he's your next of kin.
Okay. So by all means,
by all means, also his reasoning to why you shouldn't should almost be considered.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's surgery.
I know. Anything can happen.
Exactly. And I mean, I have escorted friends who are going in for surgery, and the paperwork they're signing, I haven't been there. I haven't escorted, but I have friends who have done it. But I haven't been that close. So from the paperwork alone that is being signed, it's already a sign that anything can happen to the extreme of obviously, death, which we should not shy away from.
Yeah.
So for that perspective, I think if you have a partner, a wife or a husband, I think it's only right
to inform
them. It's certainly not a request for permission, not for me anyway.
But I mean, first of all, it's expensive.
Yes.
So if you're a couple, I mean, I would imagine to some extent that your finances are connected somewhere. So let's say he insists and says, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, like, would you still?
And the only reason is finance.
One of the reasons, and also he says, men always like. I've talked to a few men. Sorry for cutting you short. I've talked to a few men, and most of them say they don't get it. They're like, we don't understand why you women do surgery. And I'm like, you guys don't get it. Like they always say, I like you the way you are. You're still beautiful. They always say that. But I think it's just to make us feel better sometimes. But sometimes it's true because most men, if you're the mother, if I'm the mother of your children and I've had 4, you don't expect me to be the same.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I mean, for me, if it's my husband, I would only expect support. Yes. So
and I hear you when you say support, right?
Yeah.
But is he financially willing to support you? Is he emotionally willing to go through seeing you in pain? Because the thing I think we don't realize is when you have someone that close that you've had children together, he's obviously already seen you in pain at a certain level. Does he still want to see especially self-inflicted pain?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not anti, like literally. I'm 1 foot already into the surgery room.
No, so if I get it right, it's for you. It's very, very important that you and your partner are like literally on the same page, because I think the biggest support, leaving money aside, because by the time you think about it, the chances high that the money is there.
Yes.
So, but I think the biggest part, now I'm talking to the men. So the biggest thing we would need from you guys is like the emotional support. Like, say, okay, if that will make you happy, go ahead and do it. I'll support you, because the healing process. I've seen people who have done that, who have done all these kinds of things. So the healing process is the difficult part. So as our partners, if you have a lady or they call them mothers, like if you have your wife or the mother of your children, and she wants to enhance her. I'm not promoting surgery. No. These are my views. These are our personal views. Personal views. We are not supporting anything or promoting anything. But if you have a wife who feels that doing surgery or doing some little enhancement will make her feel better, feel confident again, and be happy. Support her. Like for me, I don't find. Of course there are risks.
Yeah,
there are risks. Very, very risks. That we are aware of that. But for me, I mean, I'm all for it.
You're all for it.
I'm all for it.
I'm on the same page with you. And like you said, by the time you're considering surgery, of course, financially, really, you're not even probably going to drain the family account.
Yeah.
I, for one, knew part of the push presents, as they call them, was there has to be a little pot or a little pocket in the account that will eventually be drained just the same way I've been drained for a baby. Yeah. When I put it that way. But one of the reasons why I haven't even got to that 2 feet into the surgery room is, of course, the information out there is so much that research is very essential.
Okay.
Choosing the right doctor, the right hospital, is the family support there? As in, mind you, if you're a mother, that means you have kids.
But that's I was
that are
coming
relying
to that.
relying on you for their daily routines.
Yeah.
So timing. At what point do you get selfish and say, "Hey, I need a month, to do
it
this"?
It actually takes more than a month healing.
There you go. Well, I was hoping for a month.
No.
So now I'm one step out.
Okay. From what I know, the ones that have done it, of course, there are different levels of surgery, but I think minimum is 6 weeks.
Okay.
But also that's not. But minimum 6 weeks of lying down.
It's not exactly this.
No, but I mean, it's very, very important. For me, I find that it's important that as ladies, if we can do that, we do it. But another thing, what is important is that we get support from our partners
and family.
And family. So when it comes to children, would you tell your children that you're going to do, that mommy is going to do something, and when mommy comes back?
I think it depends on the age, and as you said, it depends on what you're doing. Now, if you're going to do, say, liposuction, where, your arms, your tummy, you're going to come back looking like you've just been hit by a bus, clearly, you ought to tell your children that mommy is, you might not say exactly you're going for surgery, but you might say mommy's going to be unwell for a little while. So when you come back, they just know mommy's unwell. But that depends on the ages. I suppose if I have teenagers, actually, would you do surgery when you have teenagers? Would that be kind of a different impact on their perspective? Body image?
I think that depends on how, because we all raise our children differently, and it depends, first of all, how close are you with your children? What did you talk about with your children? How far you go? Because the big group of ladies or men that do surgery, most of the time you already have teenagers.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I have a fear for that, you see. I have a benchmark that if my firstborn is 12...
You're not going to do that?
No. Until maybe they are then past 19.
And what is the reason?
It's that whole self-image that I might be inflicting onto them, that you're not enough unless...
No, but I think it depends on, my opinion, I think it depends on how you bring it up, how you explain it to them. They have to understand why you're doing it. And they need to, you need to make sure they understand.
Right.
Because it's not only beauty, I think it's emotional. Because you have to...
That's the thing though, for teenagers already they're fighting emotions as it is. So we're trying to say to them, you can suppress your emotions. So it's like, okay, mommy, you feel like you're not comfortable with yourself or daddy's on. So hey, he can just suppress all that feeling and just go for the quick way out, which is I can change myself. I don't know. That's my opinion. That I certainly think if they're teenage years, I would be a little bit more fearful.
Really?
Into doing it then.
And I look at it
as an advantage?
Yes, because I think they understand. They would. I think they would. They would understand.
They do, but remember they're on TV and they're already kind of almost suffering with that image that we already have social media and TV. And everyone is so perfect. And oh hey,
Mama is also going
down the route of perfect. So I'm wondering, are they asking themselves, I wonder which age will I
do that? And then they start buying,
and then start to look in the mirror and thinking,
I'm not beautiful.
Oh, mom changed that, or I could change that, or I don't like that. So are we putting the word change into them very early?
For me, I'll stick to what I think, or my opinion. I think again, it's how, because some mothers start sharing with their kids as early as 10, as early as 12, like they literally tell them everything. And this, they understand. They do. Maybe they might have some, but I think as a parent, I mean, we are all mothers, but I think as a parent, you should leave that room for questions. Like answer questions as they ask them.
Yes.
And as good as you can, or as well as you can, like that's because. But I think they are a child of 12. They really understand.
Oh, they do.
They do.
And the reason I brought 12 as an age, I have a niece that is 12.
Yeah.
And even today, I met her.
Yeah.
And she's always like, oh, I like this. Oh, I like that. Oh, did you change this? And so they're very alert, and she's very cautious of who is changing what, and who is losing weight, and what is on her plate is already.
At all.
Because they're talking about it in school.
Yeah.
And they're already telling each other, oh, you're putting too much on your plate. So that is, I think, where I'm getting the whole infliction of extra emotions onto them.
Yeah.
But having said that, if you have strong teenage sons and daughters, strong teenage children, I mean, why not?
I know, but so from what I look at things, so your biggest fear is doing surgery when you have teenagers. For you,
if my kids get to that age, I certainly think if I haven't done it then, I won't do it until they're probably then out of my wings, like they're off to university or something. Because then it's like, okay, I can do what I want because I don't have to really fully explain myself. So I feel like
I'm trying not to talk like
you're kind of like no, honestly. I think right now, I'm talking from perspective of having experienced.
Yeah.
I'm the firstborn in the family, so I've seen my siblings.
The pressure.
Struggle with, not self-images, but being at par with their friends or the TV or whatever personalities they're following. I mean, let's talk about even something as simple as hair extensions.
Yeah.
Question is, you as a mom, you're wearing human hair and your daughter sees your hair perfect all the time.
Yeah.
It's curled, it's wavy, it's bouncing.
Yeah.
And she's an Afro girl.
Yeah.
And she has, her kinky hairline and everything. And she's looking at you perfect.
Yeah.
And then she comes to you and says, Mom, I want to also have my hair like yours. I want a wig. I want a weave on, whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Would you straight away say yes? Most likely you'll say no.
No.
But isn't that again the same thing, enhancing beauty? And she's looking at you and thinking, oh, Mom is perfect.
Yeah.
But what she's seeing perfect is hair.
But I think, again, keep going back.
to
how do you talk about these things with your child? Like, what is beauty?
Yes. What is beauty?
What is beauty? What is beauty? Yeah. So if once they know this is my natural hair, but mommy needs this sometimes, but wait until you're a certain age and then you can, but you just have to make sure that they know they are beautiful the way they are, with their hair.
But there's options.
At a later stage, if they would like to say, just wait, give yourself time, and when you get there, you'll make that decision yourself. So for me, when you say that, when that thing can't get out of my mind, that you won't do it when your children are 12,
teenagers, when they're teenagers.
So for me, it's like putting yourself on hold, or your life on hold, for your kids.
No, I don't actually see it that way. I'm seeing it as a way that I am protecting them from the pressures of life.
By sacrificing what would probably make you feel better?
Not necessarily sacrificing. I'm just making sure that my timeline is clear. So I'm giving myself a timeline that is, do it now, or there's going to be a gap. So I have a choice now. And then I think as a mother, it's okay to create boundaries. We all have boundaries.
Oh, yes, we do.
So I think it's just a boundary. It's not a wall. It's not... In fact, if it's a boundary, it's not even made of barbed wire.
Yeah.
It's just a boundary that is just there to protect their emotions, because I think already there's a lot of pressure that they're facing as teenage kids. The last thing I want is my teenage daughter bringing me a glass of water with my painkillers.
Yeah, mommy, don't forget it.
Right.
No, but
so do you see the concept that my mom is actually telling her friends, my mom is home not well, she had surgery. What's wrong with her? Oh no, she didn't like her belly.
Yeah, I know, but I'm struggling.
The same way you're struggling, I would struggle with my child having to discuss my belly issues
at school
with her friends, because that's not a conversation that age deserves.
Yeah.
Because then it's not just my child.
Yeah.
It's her friends now.
Yeah.
And her friends' moms and dads.
Yeah. Did you know the mother of my friend did?
You know, so these are young kids now that we have already told, hey, you know, surgery. It's okay for them to know there's surgery, but should they see it really that close? As teenagers, no.
Okay. We will agree to disagree. Honestly, we'll agree to disagree. Because for me, I'll stick to how close are you with your children. Yeah, how much do you share? How much do you tell them?
Yes.
Because there is so much out there. If they don't see it with mommy, they will see it somewhere else. So I mean, they can as well. Yeah, but then I would rather they hear it from me.
Yes.
I tell them, look, this is how it is. But then I also tell them the consequences.
Yes.
You cannot do that. I'm going to do that, but it's a risk. But it's a risk that I'm taking because of A, B, C, D. And it doesn't mean that I don't love myself, but I just want to feel better about myself because of A, B, C, D. So me, I still go back to how close are you with your children? How much do you share? Yeah. And most importantly, be open to answering all questions because they ask.
Of course they do.
And once they understand it, and then they go out there, share it with friends, and the friends start asking questions. Trust me, they will explain it exactly the way you said it to them. And then their friends will probably look at it in a different way. Yes. So again, we go back. How much do you share?
And how much you share it?
Yeah. So how do you explain it? Because a 12-year-old, sorry, it's just like sorry to say, but it's just like divorce.
Yes.
Yeah. So if some people say my child, I can't divorce when my children are, but they understand.
Yeah, of course.
It's this. It's
almost even be more painful.
If you sit with them and say, look, mommy and daddy are going through A, B, C, D, and things are going to be like this and that, it's painful, but they will understand. So, but if most times that's the most difficult part, especially asking questions, because they will never get all the answers. But with surgery, I think if you are open with our kids and you said family, I'm not sure I will discuss this with my family. I'm not sure about that. Friends, oh yes, yes, I'll discuss that with friends. For sure, because I would need support system. I would want to hear from friends who have done it. I would want to, compare things and notes and stuff. But with family, I'm not sure about that. With my partner, yes. With my children, yes. Sure. But with my family, maybe it's because my family is far. They're here.
Yeah, so you kind of feel like you can just show up brand new.
I know. Oh, they might not even realize
anything changed about you. So mine are very nosy. They can tell when you've changed your fragrance.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I don't know. I actually know. We've never talked about surgery and stuff. But I don't think I would discuss it with them before.
Yeah.
I would probably let them know that, when you're there, you say, I'm sick, I'm not well. And stuff. But if you're here and you're in the hospital,
everyone will flood in.
Everyone will want to know what is happening. So for me, that's where probably I would differ. Like telling my family, I mean my siblings, my mom, my aunties. I don't think I would tell them, especially before.
Okay.
No, but I would tell them
later on.
That is if they find out.
Okay.
Or if it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, but my partner, my children, I would tell my friends, I would totally
share with them.
Oh yes, I would. So
it's when you say how close you are to your children and everything, I was actually kind of smiling from inside. I have a 3.5-year-old daughter that has just got a little obsession with her mommy. Mommy, will you make sure our tops match today?
Are you serious?
Mommy,
wow, that's
I like that on you. Can you get me one as well?
That's cute.
So I'm just imagining her saying, Mommy, you guys are going for surgery. Can I get that as well? Do you know what I mean? Yes, you can explain all that as and I mean, she's only 3.5, so I can imagine. But already you can see how she's drawing a lot of inspiration from your presence. And my son, on the other hand, oh, Mom, you're beautiful. And that's it. He wouldn't care less whether it's the hair you changed or the nails or what impact it has to you.
Yeah.
So I think also the genders of children kind of tend to give a different... That's why I think when we're talking teenage children, I'm already thinking
about the girl. Oh, okay.
I think girls are definitely much more curious about you're benefiting from something.
Yeah.
You know? As in, Mom, are you wearing that because it makes you feel good? She will literally ask you that question. Or are you having a nap because you're really tired?
You're tired.
So already she wants kind of a reasoning behind what you're doing.
What you're doing. Okay.
And maybe how it makes you feel.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe if you say like that. But
yeah. I know it's never gonna be that you're sacrificing yourself.
Yeah.
It just gets that personal. That should my daughter ask to be exactly like me, then it means she's really looking up to me on such a high level that at this age I can get away with saying Mommy's unwell.
Mommy's unwell. Okay.
And but as a teenage child, I've just had to explain this to her because she asked me where's Kaka. She visited her grandmother for the first time since she was born, and then she realized there is no grandpa.
Okay.
So we came back to Kampala. She's like, where is Kaka's grandpa? I said, what do you mean? She's like, Kaka's grandpa. I said, you mean your grandpa? She's like, yes, where is he? So I had to explain the whole, day.
And then she turned
around and said, but you said he's in there? Because we had a picture with her on the gravestone.
Yeah.
So where does he get water from? So you can see how deep the questions get.
Yeah.
So regardless that you're open to them and you're discussing stuff and, he's in heaven, oh, where's water? So it's those little questions she might ask out loud at this age.
Yeah.
She might not ask you out loud when she's a teenager.
Okay.
She might keep that question inside.
But then she'll keep really asking
herself and carrying that emotionally. Why did Mommy really have to do that? Yeah. Or why did Daddy really have to do that? Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about the different surgeries.
Yeah.
Weight loss is altogether different.
How different?
Telling your teenagers Mommy's is doing a surgery to lose weight because she really wants to see you graduate and get married and
be healthy,
get your best job, and Mommy wants to carry the grandkids and all that. I think that's a much more, I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for you. It's more settling.
But I think it will be the same.
How do you tell a teenager Mommy's getting a back lift? Same.
I mean, no, but okay, let's also look at it just the way you've said.
Yes.
So, also in the same context, let's say your teenage girl puts on weight.
Yes.
She also think, okay, I've put on weight. I can also do surgery like Mommy and lose weight. I mean, at the end of the day, it was,
Yes, it's an option. And suddenly when I'm discussing I'm doing surgery for weight loss, it wouldn't be I'm doing surgery for weight loss because, I want to. It would be like I have tried everything. Yeah. And what have I tried? I have tried dieting, I've tried exercise, I've tried. I said, so if as my teenage daughter is already at that stage where I feel, I'll even openly say, there is nutritionists that we can approach. And we might even approach them as Mommy does surgery. It's not the end. Mommy has to still work on herself.
Yeah.
So I still have to go to the gym. I still have to eat healthy.
Yeah.
So it's actually going to become a family lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the surgery is, I would almost even tell them it's a 20% help for Mommy, but you all have to come with me on the other 80, and we do it together.
But not the butt lift.
Not the There's no way I'm coming home and discussing a butt lift with a teenage child. No.
Yeah, but I understand that. But for me, I'll stick to what.
Unless my lifestyle, if you're a celebrity, and suddenly Mommy's butt lift will pay the bills, then by all means discuss it. We have to be realistic.
I know.
Because the reason why a celebrity might do a butt lift is not the reason why someone who does a 9 to 5 is going to do a butt lift, right? So approaching that again depends on your lifestyle.
Me, I think, this is my opinion, if you're out there and you feel you need that and you feel that it will make you feel good, especially as that is, we struggle with our insecurities, especially after having children, after going through, and also at a certain age, weight just comes. If you have support from your partner, from your children, or from your entire support system, go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it. I mean, go for it. If you can go for it, like me, I'm
all for self-love.
Yes, because when you are telling me that you wouldn't do it because your child is a teenager, and I'm like, okay, I have a child. But I also need to live. I also need to be happy. So I expect my children to understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just look at it like that.
I always have this theory that children, even at the young age that I might have them, they're not there to understand me. I'm there to understand them.
Yes.
Because I'm the adult at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So if I inflict this understanding onto them of adulthood, then I'm almost stealing their childhood.
Oh,
that's a whole different topic now altogether.
I know.
Right?
So would you rather maybe don't tell them then?
Actually, it might even work better. I might rather
Yeah.
they go for a vacation for 3 months. And
Okay. Oh, you go for vacation. Yeah. Maybe
Either
that.
way,
But
you
for
know.
me, I'm doing it because my children, because
Yeah.
I'm not for that.
I'm very protective, I suppose. It's just the protective blanket there that I
yeah, but
just
me, I'm like, okay, I have children, I have a partner, but also I need to have a life. I need to be happy.
I'm
I need
for that.
to live.
Yeah.
I need to do things that make me happy. I need to find a balance of loving me and being me
And being mom and
and having
them.
my children so for me, I'm all for that.
Yes.
So before we close, we always give advice.
Yeah.
So there is a mom there who has. Let's say it's not only about surgery actually, it's about self-love. We've talked about self-love before.
self-care, yes.
Self-care,
Yeah.
we've talked about that. So if there is a mom out there who is struggling with confidence, who doesn't have who is scared to go out there, I can't wear that because of that, my tummy is this, and I don't have money to do surgery, because when we talk about surgery, it's the high end of enhancing the body. So we are talking
almost
about
a class resort.
Yeah, well, it's for a certain class of people. I would say we apologize. We don't apologize, but sorry about that. But we are talking about normal moms who are struggling with themselves, weight after having babies.
And sometimes it's even before babies. You might have struggled before babies, and it just gets a little bit more escalated after the kids.
So what advice would you give them?
What advice? Well, personally, I believe that we all already know what we want. So self-love, self-care is major with me. Even though I'm protecting the teenage child that I might have, I certainly do not compromise on self. I'm big on girl holidays, like with my girlfriends, just to rejuvenate and get yourself back to that, moment where you're like, okay, I can actually wake up and look after myself without worrying about another person. So surgery is entirely a personal thing.
Yeah.
Would I do it 100%? Actually, 130%.
Okay.
Would I definitely consider the people around me and the impact it would have on them in terms of recovery, in terms of what they would have to sacrifice for me to be better? Yes. Is it wrong in that way? No, I think it's also okay to have mindful living, where you're very mindful of people around you, and the impacts of your decisions to them. But probably my biggest advice would be, make sure you have life insurance.
It depends where you are. It depends where you are.
Make sure you have life insurance,
Yeah, if you're here in Uganda, this might not apply to everybody, life insurance thing. But for me, most importantly, I would say to moms, we are all moms, just love yourself in whatever shape, form, you love yourself. And when you're confident, when you love yourself, people see it.
Oh, absolutely.
It comes out. It reflects. Like they say it. So it's being confident or loving yourself has nothing to do with how you look.
Yes.
It's from inside, and then it comes out, and people just see. So forget about this surgery thing. First, love yourself, and put yourself first. Me, I always say put yourself, because you know what? No one can love you.
No. It has
more than you love yourself. So put yourself first, love yourself, and all these things will work out. I always say we all can't be skinny. We all can't
just
be
have
skinny.
There's room for everybody.
I know. So don't worry about how you look, but it's all about how you feel. How do you feel? How do you love yourself? That's all that matters. Once you love yourself, everything will be fine, Yeah. So that will be it for today. Please let us know what you think. Do you have something to say?
No, I was just going to add and say that this whole "you're beautiful inside," and that's all. No.
Does it work?
The inside should match the outside.
You don't agree? I know, but it comes from inside, really.
Yeah.
If you don't love yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't put yourself first, I mean, everyone will see it. So there's no this. So I don't like people who like self-pity, like oh I'm like this, oh I'm like that. Yeah. No, just love yourself, and we will top up on that love.
And kids are not an excuse.
No. I've seen people with 5-6 kids, and I'm like, how do you do? So you guys, that would be like, let us know what you think. Let us know what you'd like us to talk about next time. And for those who have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Like, we talk about it all, like I say here, and that would be it. Thank you, Lee, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.